Bop.
This is a joke.
Okay. So we are now live. Welcome everybody to yeah, I'm gonna count it. I'm gonna count the last session we technically had. Session 50 slash 48 of Cerdonia. How's everyone doing today?
Woo!
Killed me.
I
My
worked in
soul
local
is
care
cold.
today.
Later. We'll kill you later.
Um, yeah, congratulations, Group 3, or the two people, for 50 sessions.
We did it, guys.
We did it, guys. We saved the town.
We
I
have it.
saved the town.
I haven't been here for that long, but I want to be a part of it.
Too bad. Anyways,
No. Where did we leave off on the session?
which session are we counting?
The last session, everybody was here.
I can summarize the mini session in two sentences.
Oh, I can summarize it in 2 words.
Not they want to train us in glasses before we
Yeah,
before we
sure.
determine what the outcome is of that. It's determined like that.
It's certainly an option. It's not, guys. It's really not. It's not at all. It's not an option in the slightest.
So, what's that? I should actually clarify something because it involves something Akamero you wanted to do as like a last ditch effort during that combat. So
Oh God.
Oh.
I should clarify. I was purposes of not becoming a thrall and not becoming a warlock. The problem is that they simply, and you would know this, it does not require, in order to become a thrall, it does not require your soul. It does not require you to be conscious or stabilized. You can be dead, and they can still turn you into a thrall.
Would I have any impression on whether or not it has even an inconvenience to them?
Probably it's not going to be much of an inconvenience.
All right, then I won't kamikaze.
Hey, you still get the fucking grenades of sickening radiance to use at any point in time. Alright, but yeah.
Yeah,
So,
there are points in time.
You know those points in time as a corpse where
No,
you
those-
can activate your grenades.
Alright, but yes. So, anyways, that might have surprise. Spoilers. Anyways, so with that all out of the way, we're gonna get straight into this session with the Seed of Atlas. So, you all, I think, we're not necessarily going to worry about it now, but I keep forgetting that we still need to redo that interaction between Lokir, Arya, and Aravan involving just because of the fact that Arya because Anthony wasn't there for that. Regardless, you all last we left off had been talking with Corellin and the few members of the Silver Court that are within this massive council of the former Titan Council of Giantomachy. Talking with Corellin about this massive assembly that he's trying to collect. People from all across Cerdonia, of all different walks of life, good and bad, it doesn't matter. Llewellyn is trying to create this massive front against the Chained Oblivion, the true enemy of Cerdonia. But as you all are planning this, it is interrupted as soldiers of the Amphorinian soldiers come across a teleportation circle within the castle. It is immediately dispelled. But then there's a realization that there is not just this one within the city of Giantomachy. And that realization comes in the form of an earthquake that ruptures through the dungeons in which part of the group is in and the rest of the castle where everyone else is. This massive earthquake, or so it feels like an earthquake. And as it is this massive explosion that ripples through the earth, uh, debris and dust kind of fall from this ancient castle, from the tremors of this explosion, and everybody bolts to on high alert across this castle to see what the causation of this explosion was. And as Arya and Alcamero make it to the front doors immediately, these two Zazime, these massive hulking cyclopes, non-political constructs, look open the doors, allowing not only them, but everybody else to see the towering colossus that blocks the sun, Atlas, towering over the city of Giantomachy. On the edge of the city, seemingly teleported in by one of the perhaps many of these teleportation circles that had been dotted across the city by Phobos. These teleportation circles now bring about these demons, more specifically Atlas, as you see him towering over this city. Thunder rips through the air, and a voice follows it, similarly tearing through the air. Thunder rips through the air a second time, muffling distant, followed up explosions throughout the entire city of Giantomachy. Orishma, these massive minotaur-like demons towering over the buildings they are bursting out of. Vibrant orange fur, huge horns that curved tusk-like horns that protrude from the sides of their heads, flaming red, searing pupils as they rage through this city. The Nahuatl go frantic as Srila is desperately trying to establish defenses, get the Nahuatl on high alert. There is an active, and the rest of you now sit in this massive bastion against Atlas, Zeus, and the horrors of Mount Olympus. So, with that all said,
Yeah.
the rest of the group, aside from the younger people, which is in the Bay area, to the left, interact with like one person they never get to see, and walk through the door. And as they disappear, you see an unfamiliar figure, tall and lengthy, black soot-like skin with this puppy-like feathers that protrude from their all across their body, feathery wings of similar raven black, huge horns, void black eyes, and a searing violet pupils. This crowded figure launches through the double doors now open and flies his way up to Alex. Now, Akiyama and Arya are now gone, dealing with their thing. You all are left in the castle as alongside the Seldarin. Oh boy, I need to. You all are within the castle, alongside the rest of the Seldarin. You see Serena frantically rushing about, making her way out to the front courtyard area, lining the walls of the castle are in that stretch across the wall on defense. Sunwings perched in ready for an aerial attack.
Making her way out to the front courtyard area for fucking 5 turns.
Thunderclouds courtyards, radiating for the external gates to open for them to be released. We are not in active turn-based combat just yet. So I will ask what you all would like to do with everything that I'm just.
All right.
Alright.
First up, giving myself 4 of the pawns. Who wants the other 4? It could be split up however we want.
I feel like if I'm getting my AC targeted, it's over for me anyway. So,
But you can make it less.
Who wants them?
by 1
Who
point.
wants them?
I mean, every little helps.
All
I
right,
mean,
I'm
I'll
here
take
one
some
person.
if someone else doesn't want them, but my
I got a
game
whole
plan is
4.
pretty
I
set
can
in
give up to
stone.
4 at once.
Yeah, I'll take one.
So,
Okay.
Dimitri, you're giving Ruby, you're giving yourself 4, and you're giving 1 to Ruben.
I
It
think
sounds like I'm
Junji
giving.
having some would also be a good idea because, like, that would make him more able to do what he does
Yeah,
best.
they're 2 of the closer range characters. Okay, I'll give 2 to Morgan and 2 to Junji. That boosts your AC by 2.
Thank. So I'm getting which ones?
You're
Just
getting
2 pawns.
you're getting an additional 2 to your AC.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Now, another thing to discuss. Previously discussed, with Perel, amongst the party, is the resurrection story. Now, this conversation happened semi-mid the entire discussion with Perel and the rest of the court. So, Morgan, off session, has agreed to use the True Resurrection Scroll to allow you guys to resurrect Grace, the leading member of the Titan Council of Giant Tamaki and Dominion of the Old World Arvandorians. Can't even process. I still can't process that. Anyways, I've also been given you, uh, as discussed in the chat outside of this session, one of the things that you would have gotten from looting Vecna's body, all the way back in Tradition, is the Staff of Pain. Because, surprise, surprise, Vecna's staff is the arm of Hera. And one of the fun and quirky, interesting traits, the main trait of this staff is that when casting a spell, you can instead put a spell that would require concentration and cast it through the staff, and you no longer need to concentrate on it. The casting time stays the same. The duration is full, unless it's dispelled. During the time in which you are actively casting a spell, like if there's a casting time of 10 minutes, or in this case, an hour, it can be counterspelled at any point during that casting time. Now, you have the Staff of Hera. You have a true resurrection scroll. Who would be willing to use? Who would like to cast True Resurrection using this stuff?
I can do it because my actions that for quite a while, at least the first 3 or 4 turns of combat, are going to be sending. And after that, a pretty decent amount of my spells are less impactful crowd control things.
And you have a free attunement slot?
Now that motherfucker stole my goddamn vestige and then went and died with it, yes.
Okay. Alright. Actually, let me think about this real quick. It's a good second for Dimitri you to decide which pawns to give it out to. 30 seconds go by after Aquaman and Arya disappear. And so barreling in back into the castle, the next thing over to you is she goes,
Fuck, okay. I'm out of here. I'm running. I'm running out the doors.
So Avia also died? Then? Because I have this on Avia.
Oh god.
That might have changed things.
Oh,
I don't
fuck,
know
I
if
forgot
it-
you did that.
I
That
don't
would
know if it...
so potently change things potentially.
I forgot it was a
We'll do
thing.
session part 2.
I really didn't believe that, but
Holy shit, I
No,
forgot
okay,
that was a thing.
let me tell you
No, no,
exactly who I have them on. I have them on Cersei, Avia, Morgan, and Sevilla.
I gave it to. I don't believe you gave it to Arya. I just don't believe that I would have changed much. When it just taken one more
I mean,
attack
Swan
from
is free,
Amos
but
to
yeah.
not to do the exact same thing that happened.
Yeah. Not
Okay, that's
helpful,
one more-
unfortunately. Fear is...
I'm going to say.
I think there's a chance. I think there's a chance.
Look, you are. You guys think this is corrupt. Unless you were just trying to tell me that you wanted to change it to someone else.
No. I'm saying that I had it. I had it on Avia.
With hindsight, that it didn't really matter. A, that it didn't really matter, and B, that it just didn't. We just weren't aware that you did that to Area, so we wouldn't. So, so you give it the option to change it to another person if you want to.
Akamaro.
That would have changed.
That would actually change what happened. That would literally change what happened.
That would quite totally change what happened. I just needed to be up for literally one more round, and we could have done it.
It would have been over.
Bro, I silvery barbs, and the fucking 19 turned into an 18. I was so bad.
That's
Radiant
painful,
Fireball.
man.
It's done. It's over. We did it.
I'll swap it over to Evid then.
Okay.
All right.
So Edward, you now have the gift of the protectors. All right. So, with that out of the way, so Spencer, to clarify, what was the ruling on this? Like, what was the term for the teleportation? So
I was not involved with that in the slightest. That happened in a session I was not part of.
Okay.
That was what Vecna did.
That was what
Yeah.
Vecna did. Okay, so I think it was ruled as, I believe the ruling was if they died, it would go to Cirilla. So in this case, Cirilla has one of the messages, and it is the one that Akamaro.
Okay, then I do martyrdom. Yeah, I'm not gonna get their hands on another fucking vestige.
I don't think that would stop them from getting the well, it would
No,
stop
but
them
if
from
Arya
going near it
dies-
for too
If
long.
I kill Arya, the vestige goes to Cirilla.
In that case, yes, then Ilya will have. Then Ilya, then in that case, then Cirilla has messages.
Yeah, I'm out the door. Yeah, I'm running.
Run, Rory, run!
So you really do understand the implication. You would not understand the implications. The two that Cirilla now having the two messages means that Ilya and Camilla are both dead. So you're watching out the door. What are you doing?
I mean, once I hit the door, I'm gonna be scanning the area, seeing anything. It
Okay.
looked like they looked to the left, so I'll look to the left first
You
and just
look to the
see if I
left.
can find them anywhere.
You look to the left, and there seems to be you. I'm saying like so you make your way to the front gate. You can you turn to your right, and you can see that this figure right here launched and flew off and away. And left a door that was you blink into that door and you see the residual like scarring on the floor of a teleportation circuit, dispelled and and inaccessible. They seem to have left the castle entirely wherever this figure would send them, and now they are both dead.
Shit. I have Revivify, but I can't. That doesn't help.
Yeah, I can't get to it. Alright, gang. Fucking... If I'm going to be the one casting this spell, I don't have an attunement slot for the Vestige unless I want to lose my Staff of Defense, which is not something I want, because that's effectively 6 AC for me. Because it gives me shield and 1 passive AC.
It'd do better with a spellcaster, so I'm guessing look here.
You also wouldn't be able to attune to this yet, because to these vestiges yet, because it would take an armor.
We trade them off all the time.
This
It's a
has
trade-off.
happened a couple
Over
times.
I'm
and
God's
over.
specialist boy.
This has happened a couple times already. It happened.
This is
during
not the
fucking
first time we have
Conqueror's
traded.
fight.
I took the feat quick vestige attune, guys.
Ah, that explains it.
That's it. That's what it was.
They're just like,
All right, hand it over.
I will say these vestiges are inaccessible unless you actually want to try to spend an hour attuning to them.
We don't have an hour.
Exactly.
This is not something we can do.
For minutes until this battle is over, depending on whether or not that, depending on whether the interview is up to you.
Look, all I'm hearing is that when Erud gave the vestige to Akamero, there was an hour in between there, which tells me Kronos is here.
That happened like during in Amperina, no? Or like
No, he passed it off the minute we saw the spell circle.
Yeah, that was kind of the implication, but
I assumed that there was an allowance for these things because
Yeah,
I also did the
it
same
has
thing back in
also
Battle of
happened.
Ithaca to summon a second Rishkagall.
It's just been happening. I thought it was an instant attunement.
I've already done this
I
before.
assumed-
I thought I was allowed to do it.
Oh my God.
I assumed it was a property of the vestiges. Like, you have it, you can attune to it. If you...
Guys.
To be fair, you did literally allow that in the last big fight.
Yes!
Arya
In the Battle of
had
Ithaca,
the vestige
they traded
at me.
hands.
Yeah,
I didn't
Arya
spend
just
an
threw
hour
the
in
vestige
combat
at him.
attempting to that. I said,
my
"Sweet,
fucking
you're a
God.
dragon now."
I'm not even.
There was never an hour in the Battle of Ithaca
Not
for that to
once.
happen.
Oh
I think
my
we
God.
did the math. There was a half hour before when we got there and when it was sieged.
Okay, fine.
And
Yeah,
that pass off
okay.
happened. And that pass off happened. Not in that time.
Because of my hubris. The next my hubris and just my what I will allow you guys to use the vestiges that are usually in Nakamo's vestiges.
We're gonna need them, I think.
We're so
All
bad.
right. So Loki here obviously gets one. Morgan already has one. I think it gotta go to a spellcaster though. Erud.
You are a spellcaster.
Yeah,
cast
but
spells.
like not the same way.
Is the
All
vestige
these
just like
cool
healing?
abilities won't be given to me because most of the time I'm just gonna be swinging my sword.
Here's where I'm coming from. I am going to be using most of my like turns to be trying not to get hit and fucking CC
Okay.
at max, probably sending for the first couple of turns, depending on how long of downtime between we have. Because
My
if I'm
mom's
going to be
probably out
casting this
there.
spell, it is imperative that I do not go down.
There is an armor option. It only boosts your AC.
I have this spell. It's like I could sit down and cast and have you sit inside.
That's so good.
Oh,
That
shit.
is a minute. That would be
Honestly,
funny.
honestly, it's the most used this spell has ever seen. I think.
It could entirely derail a counter I ran one time.
I mean, it's a duration of an hour. So I mean, it's only like fucking.
What are we gonna use this for?
Okay.
We have Eric sit
I'm-
inside.
I'm
and
being
he
He's
can
sitting
cast
in
us.
it.
I'm being told
Oh,
because of the
okay.
class feature from Armia, which would still be in effect, for reasons. You would not be able to use that vestige. Hit her vestige.
Because
Oh,
it's attuned to as a fighter thing.
As a fighter
Okay.
thing, yeah.
By the way, would I be able
That's when you
to?
die?
Would I be able to see the fight happening? I did have my Raven in the sky.
Apparently it's a hexblade thing. Anthony, do you want to explain that?
Hexblade?
Elder
So
Strike.
apparently, Hexblade Warlocks, when they die with their pack-bound weapon, it just doesn't become it. For an Eldritch Knight fighter, It does not specify if you die with that weapon, it will be unattuned. It just does not say that. It just says,
Damn.
as long as you're on the same plane of existence with that weapon, I can summon it back.
So you just can't summon it.
Where is this?
Under the Eldritch Knight. It is
Well, I mean,
their
you no
third level
longer-
ability. It's their weapon bond feature.
You're no
Okay,
longer in the same
so-
plane of existence, though.
That doesn't work when you're incapacitated.
Incapacitated, but if I get back up somehow, it
But
will
no,
go
the
straight
second
to
you
me.
die, you're incapacitated. You're no longer connected.
That's what it's saying.
Unless I come back, then.
Unless they come back.
It doesn't say it breaks the bond, but because you're incapacitated, the bond is not in effect. It's pulled away from you. You can't prevent it. I don't see anything here about it actually being attuned to you.
Yeah, it's a magical bond, not necessarily attunement.
Yeah. So when you die,
It doesn't
That's
seem
other-
like it has properties other than inability for it to be disarmed unless you're capacitated, and ability to teleport to your hand if you're on the same
so you
plane.
could instantly reclaim it if you live again, but there's no reason someone else can't use it in the meantime.
If you live again and get out of demi-plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. I think this magic circle is definitely the move, though. If we can't use the vestige, then leave it with Erud in the spell circle. If so, I guess I'll take it.
I guess I'll take the all-powerful magical item.
Because fucking, how much armor does the vestige give if I just choose it to be armor for
Just
a
plus
while?
5.
That's pretty good.
That's slight, like, theoretically that's slightly worse than my Staff of Defense because it gives a +1 passively and allows me to cast shield on myself a couple times per day as a reaction, which is 6 total. I guess I could replace my fucking studded leather with it.
Yeah, that would
Your
immediately.
studded
be
leather
pretty worthwhile.
was...
Yeah, I'll probably do that then, in that case.
your
Because I
studded
had
leather
plus,
was attunement?
I had it was a +3 studded leather of protection of evil and good, so
Oh,
it wasn't
protection of
good.
evil and good. Okay. Yeah, the magic circle kind of solves that problem.
Alright.
Your projectiles still go through it. Disadvantage on attack rolls. Probably still want a good AC then.
So Erud sits in a little circle.
I mean, it's a
in
golden
golden armor.
radius. So
Okay. So, Aaron, you are sitting in this cylindrical magical circle. The staff is actively, like, its fingers are actively twitching and moving in its hand. This red spell circle on its hand is glowing this crimson red as the spell scroll is unraveled and almost like the hand itself is like performing somatic components right over top of the lettering as the spell scroll begins to glow. And the spell is being cast. That would happen that the staff would have happened a half an hour ago, but this will happen now. So for a half an hour, this lasts for an hour, so you're fine.
no. It lasts for 3 hours actually.
Joy.
5th level spell slot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you're past it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The save
3
DC
hours.
since I have the vestige now is 23 as well. Not
Hell
20,
yeah.
Oh god. Okay.
Now this is
Okay.
a good use of vestiges.
Leave the boy alone.
I have become a quest NPC. I have become a quest NPC that, like, casts a spell. I am Melody at the fucking end of Act 1 of
Edward
Divinity
is no
Original
longer
Sin 2.
contributing to this battle.
Oh, he's
No, no,
No,
he,
he's
he can attack and then
I'm the
turn
win
away, you know.
condition.
the wind.
I am the win condition.
Wait, okay, so you spend a minute casting this spell.
Can I put
Uh,
that in Domus as well? Have him hide
oh,
somewhere in the
doing it,
house.
you're gonna do it in
Ooh.
Domus? Okay. Is Domus able to move with the spell circle? Or is he just having to be stuck?
I would assume so. It's created like in the house above Domus, so
It's a
Okay.
structure.
Okay. Then yeah. So Domus, you you are sheltered within Domus, um, putting a heavy target on his back. Um,
oh,
nice.
They don't know what's going on. That's not a thing they're aware of.
But
I don't like that you say it like that.
okay, so uh Edward is within Domus, a magical encased in a magical circle, performing the last layer of the spell scroll casting time to summon Cronus. Uh, I need to. I'm not gonna worry about it now because we have far too much other stuff to be going on right now. But it's a little concerning if we're going to be summoning Chronos in Domus.
You'd
I'm
think it
assuming
would.
he doesn't appear where I'm summoning him, because in which case I will die. This will be.
I mean-
I will be martyred.
he can walk out in the last minute. It's fine.
Anyways, so
I'm assuming it's like a fucking Baldur's Gate resurrection where I sort of like choose where he comes back
all right,
within
so
a
You
certain
choose
range.
as this is happening and you all are attuning to your vestiges, Helen and Avery, and fuck, my bar looking on the oncoming Atlas, and the horde of demons are swirling around. You can see these Vargul or have we explained Vargul to this group? Okay. So,
I don't think so.
No.
Demons,
Demons, maybe.
the other groups, but it's um are these separate leads with beards protruding from the
Oh.
ears,
Sweet.
and there are threads in them. Walking around Venus, the settlements of the victims, flying, yeah, these are literally decapitated many people being turned into demons, swarming around Atlas, barely
Oh, well,
making
Atlas.
the tip of the mountain visible. These are scattered across the city, attacking the different planets that are also similarly scattered across the city. Cerdonia is sending out thunderclaws and other flying units to dispatch these Galistro. And you see Corellin and Garad and Andrea are all standing there as Corellin says, Sparks! These guys! Staying alive? And they fly up and towards Atlas.
I can't fly.
Fucking Erud will like throw out of the spell circle a fucking carpet of flying that he's not
Holy
gonna be
shit.
using right now. Fucking,
Can I
it
make
is an
that faster?
attunement. It can
No.
move 60 feet a turn. It's not very fast, but it'll fly you.
So you all right. So the Slytherin have begun their assault on Atlas. The Slytherin have begun their assault on Atlas. Cirilla is lining the defenses within Heriar and Nahuatl against the oncoming demons. That are fleeing and making assault. more specifically, as I imagine at some point someone is going to make their way over to the outer wall. We're trying to actually look in at everything going on. Right?
I suddenly feel like that's a bad idea.
I would have.
I would have done it.
Fucking, I know my ass ain't.
I mean,
Yeah,
sure, I run
have
fast.
room.
Yeah. Flying, Morgan, you have a flying broom. So, we'll be doing that eventually. I
Yeah,
know what
Morgan will pee
Okay.
covertly.
So you all,
Stealthily.
so you keep, you kind of join the line of Inherior with the front gate, looking on at Atlas, and as you do, there is a formation of soldiers making their way, marching into the center down the central road in front of Atlas. And then you start to recognize Inherior. You start to recognize Zaziramen begin marching in front of Atlas and then making their approach towards the castle. Now,
Cool.
I will ask Rory and I will ask Rory for a perception check, and I will ask Morgan
Cool.
for a history check.
That was performance. I rolled the wrong one. Perception. Okay.
I am not a smart person.
Okay, I have not.
Is this
yet,
worth
it has not yet
using
loaded.
it?
Why
I don't
has
think
not
this is
been
worth
loaded?
using a point for. I only
My
got
roll
6
20
of
is
them.
dead. Anyways, okay, so
Well-
two. Man, so Rory will just look like normal in Hammer. Normal is a zoom man.
Yeah.
Morgan, you don't know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
This fits
Oh, I
good.
have a feeling.
You have a
Yes.
feeling.
Hmm.
Ooh.
I was about to do it.
Where have I encountered this before?
Oh.
Was would anyone else? Okay, I'm gonna ask. I'm going to report this to the rest of the group afterwards. That they're
Yeah.
actively in
Yeah.
area and not Wattle attacking.
I still have my raven in the sky, by the way.
You do? Okay. I will
Simply-
ask you for a I'll let you just determine a perception or a history check.
I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. You know, I have to think about it first. Do I want the plus 17 or the plus 1? I'm not sure.
Perception is something you can buy anyways. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
I think I have a passive of 27, so you know.
It doesn't really. I'm
I
say.
wish I could have rolled
I'm
history.
gonna say make a history check instead. I'm gonna say make a history check instead, or I'll say we'll count
Okay.
it.
Damn.
We'll count it.
Damn. Okay.
Okay. We should be fine. So you recognize. So you see these non-mental making their approach. These inherited. These old world inherited. These old world Zazim. And you see a familiar black smoke emanating from every single one of them.
God damn it.
Now, on your history check, you will recall the first time you recruited Polyphemus being possessed by a Nabasu. The old world Nahuatl can be possessed by by the demons, and it looks like they're taking advantage of the Trojans they've collected.
Ah, yes, more of our consequences coming up to bite us. Yay.
These Zazimari come lurching forward alongside this militia, these squadrons of Imperiar. You see them as they're walking this, like, not even so much a soldier-like formation. These things are sluggish, like zombies. Lurching forward, ununified. But like the almost instinct, Zimame, all cannot into the earth. Living of this massive scale large in the palm of their hand, and instinct, all three of them, into the side of the walls, and they were actively barraging the outer wall with attacks. So Rula looks immediately confused and is actively sending out summonings and Nahuatl to distinction. All right.
If Loki has mentioned this, Morgan's just gonna go, ah! Oh yeah, that was a thing I had a whole panic attack about.
That was like 7
Funny to
minutes
forget that
ago.
for a minute.
Oh, how times were simpler.
Yeah, weren't we supposed to be checking about that?
We did. we were very contentious about it.
He's just there, just making his little anteater tongue.
Speaking of, we also have the brain thing in Domus from what was
that little thing?
yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck?
I forgot about this. What?
Guys, there's a child in there. We have a child in this thing.
Yeah, a child intellect devourer that we need to feed properly.
It is dehydrated and dead.
I have returned.
I have returned.
Speaking of dehydrated and dead.
I was about to say.
All right.
Anytime someone mentions dehydrated and dead.
All right,
Can
gang.
let's be
So
honest.
who am I sending to? My list so far is priority 1, Acadian Council, priority 2, Muspelheim fellas. I was planning on doing Bunny and the Druid Coven, but they're like a lower priority. Any other ideas?
I don't know how much that will help.
Yeah.
So somebody should contact the Asphodel Syndicate.
I got my sending stone. I'm doing it.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Actually, we can probably kind of divert this so that we get more people right away. Because I could talk to Bibliacore.
Okay.
You can
great.
do that.
As you, I will ask Morgan. As you are doing that, I will ask for an Arcana check while you're doing that. But the other two, so, Rory is contacting Bibliacore.
Would that take longer to get to the Acadia?
That would take very long.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I'll
Contact
just
the
go
Acadia.
directly to the Acadia then.
Okay.
Fucking any other ideas on who to call?
I'm gonna write in my book just in case he cannot actually see, like the Raven Queen can say, like, yeah, Atlas attacking, send help.
You're contacting the Raven Queen?
Yeah.
Raven Queen?
Hell yeah.
I don't know who else is a champion, you know?
My champion.
I think that's it.
No, she's just
Oh,
Maybe
shit,
it
yeah,
moves.
yeah,
And, like-
you have a new patron. No.
Some films of the Raven Queen are like dropping like flies nowadays, you know. So
Mm-hmm. Alright. Okay, so. So, Emerald, you are first contacting the Acadia. At the same time, Morgan, you are contacting the Asphodel Syndicate. Is anyone else contacting anyone at the moment?
No.
Cool. And also John, also Luke here is contacting the Raven Queen. Just scribbling in his book. Emerald, what is your, who are you specifically contacting, and what is, and, what do you say?
I'd probably go straight for fucking Shamash.
Because you
For this
remember that
particular
that you also directed
We sent
Nurgle
out
off
one
to the
of them.
Anemone.
Which, honestly, probably the best one to send out, because he's the necrotic one, and necrotic doesn't do anything against these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Shamash
I'm-
says, how did you get this number?
I'm typing up the fucking specific message right now, but the gist of it's probably going to be like Zeus attacking Gigantomachy with Atlas, requesting assistance, anything you can bring, like generally that idea.
Okay.
I'll type up the specifics and anything else.
Alright, sounds good. Morgan. On a 16 to Arcana, you use your sending stone. And you begin to send this spell. But something's wrong. Something's not
Oh no.
happening. There's no target.
No. Like for anybody?
The sending
Shit.
spell is trying to target McCartney. And there's no target.
She's dead.
No.
God damn it.
Oh yeah, we also
Hey.
needed to do fucking Cersei.
If we see Makaria, kill on sight.
Okay. You are contacting.
Morgan's gonna start frantically cycling through everyone she knows. I
you-
don't think it's gonna help.
through the using the sending.
Yeah.
Okay. You try to contact Titus. No contact. You try to contact Suffolk. No target.
Unless
no
they're
way.
jamming divination magic,
Every
then that would be a
single
problem.
one of the Asphodel Syndicate members. And then you get to Tarpeia, and you get... What am I supposed to do? As you finally get to Tarpeia, and it's just Tarpeia. I just...
Yeah. And then Morgan's just gonna be like, everyone else isn't responding, there's no target, I think we fucked. Literally, try contacting anybody else. No one else is like working.
We try. I get back to you. And he leaves. Alright.
They're all in the demi-plane.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'm assuming you're drafting up messages for both Shamash and Cersei.
Yes.
Okay. Is the casting time just a minute?
The casting time for sending is an action.
Action? Okay. Sorry, that's what I originally wanted to say, but for some reason I just... Okay. Alright. So, you're contacting Shamash. You're contacting Cersei. There's...
Fucking Dr. Jekyll.
What were you saying?
Fucking Dr. Jekyll from the fucking
Jekyll.
Muspelheim gang.
Okay.
I'm also
Contacting
contacting
Muspelheim.
him. most of the messages are going to be the same. I'll put in anything in the that is different between them.
Okay. Is there anyone else with contact?
To me, my ex.
That is three high-level spells, I believe, right? Or are you able to reach
Third level.
Okay, third level.
I think those 3 are going to be it for me, because then I'd have to, after that, I have to start using 4th and higher, which I don't know if is feasible unless we have some pretty high-impact allies we can call in.
I think those are the big ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who even knows how fast they can get here?
Cirilla is
Well,
going
we
to
know the
contact the
Muspelheim gang. We know the Muspelheim gang have fucking teleportation, so
That's true.
Cirilla is going to contact the rest of the Southern Court. Trying to get in contact and see who all is going to be able to aid as well. Including Lebanus and Holland. Not Holland's on the cell, but she's still gonna try to contact him. And Corellin is also on his way out, is also going to give an order to Cirilla to turn off, to destroy the teleportation dams. Which she is going to do unless there's any objections.
I mean, I don't think so.
Someone take the baby.
It's in a magic circle.
yeah, fucking the baby's just behind.
Also, like, the magic circle with them, and he's just like, seriously, is this a good idea? I mean, you're going to be attacked, and I'm okay.
Yeah,
No. No.
I'm going to leave. I'm going to go into the basement. And he leaves the magic circle and goes into his own quarters. Okay.
Into the... I thought he was gonna leave. I didn't know he was gonna stay in Domus.
Okay.
Dude, go to Arena.
Not that I can think of, if I'm gonna be so honest. I have pawns. I don't have anyone I can call.
Okay.
Oh. I
All
don't
right.
have any spells.
Okay.
I mean,
all right. You're casting magic circle. You're investigating the. You're looking at the guys, the corrupted in Harriar. What else are you doing? You're also communicating with the Raven Queen as well.
Yeah, after sending the message, I think I'm gonna fucking join Corellin and like open up the wings and just fly with him, you know?
Oh, you're flying up with Corellin.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing for me to do here. I put up my circle. I you know, contacted
You could
the
help
Raven Queen.
defend me.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that by getting attention away from you.
yeah, I'm
gonna fuck
do
up
that.
Zeus.
As long as they
Or
don't
probably
know
die
we're
trying.
casting a true resurrection, we're fine.
Surely
Okay.
they won't figure it out.
Surely.
It's not like they're looking for it.
Anyways.
Yeah, to be fair, they don't know it exists. Hopefully.
How would they know?
They don't know it exists.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Also have Domus like go as far deep into the castle as he can, just waddle away.
Waddle, waddle.
We're just like touching
Yeah.
him and going, "Go hide, Thomas. Go hide."
You also do have an Hanyar still on the on Domos that are actively manning the 3 ballista, or no, the 2 ballista that you have on Domos. So there's also that added defense. as he makes his
Hey.
way further into the castle. Is anyone else going up with John, or is it just Lokir going up with the Selden?
Probably gonna go out, but not maybe up.
Okay, so you're making your
I
way
think
in
I'm
the
still.
direction of the corrupted inhaler?
Yeah, well, I'll just be at the front gates, I guess. Be ready for all that.
Yeah, the front gates are actively closed, but you can still hear the barrage of rocks being pelted at him. Are you going up on top of the wall, or are you just slowing down in the courtyard?
I'll be on top of the wall.
Okay. The wall is
Bless you.
terrifyingly
Thanks.
massive. These things were meant to be able to defend the Titan Council. So you see, 200 so you are looking 200 feet up into the air, looking down at the ground level. At
Okay.
these things.
Actually, I can't do anything at that height, so I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
That is too far out of my range.
Okay. So courtyard or out or in front
Well,
of the gate.
I want to stay on the inside, but like probably close to the castle. I think what matters is Domas,
Yeah. Okay.
but I don't want to make it obvious.
Okay. And then Gucci, where are you going?
Check.
And also Daisy, where are you going after you contact Topen?
Morgan's probably gonna like hide behind a pillar and just be ready.
Inside the castle?
Yeah, my max range is 120 feet. I cannot do anything on the walls.
Okay.
I think. Do you want Junji to come with you? I'm thinking that might be good, perchance. What's your opinion?
You can stay with me while I have my panic attack.
We can be a dynamic duo. Let's do it. Where'd you move to? I did
So-
see, but he's a little token.
It's
Where the fuck is everyone?
Okay. I'm trying to think about anyone else. So, this is interesting. So, all right. So Atlas is barreling down the stretch towards the castle. Look here, you are flying out in your raven form towards alongside Corellin, Ingrid, Ellie.
Oh no! I have my wings out. I have my Deathwalker's thingy.
Oh, you're not in your raven form. Okay.
Yeah, no. I just have wings.
So you're flying out alongside Corellin, Ingrid, Eri. You see that Cerdonia has also launched some additional flying. I believe, which ones did I roll? Nope, not the right tab. I believe I'll put these as like listed here as also contributors. Yeah, no. So you see the standards, the massive like eagle-like constructs that you've been seeing flying throughout the city before the attack are now aiding the Seldarin in their launch towards towards Atlas. They are making their a beeline straight towards the Vargul plus the Vargul swarm that is actively enveloping around the peak of the mountain. You have a lot of leeway where you want to go. It looks like the Seldarin are going straight for the top. There is hundreds of feet of Mount Olympus for you to traverse. If you want to try to go up and meet this swarm of Argul, you can. But you can see with your advanced perception that it seems like they're keeping that it's this ring around Mount Olympus, but there is almost like this gap in along the at the closer side of the mountain, as if like if you traverse from the bottom up the mountain, it's safer than just to charge straight towards the top.
Yeah, I'm gonna point that out, and I'm gonna hope that they're gonna come with me to the top.
Okay. You're going to address that. So you're implying that that they come to one of the lower levels and then begin scaling their way up.
Yeah, go the way of least resistance and have the Thunderbirds kind of keep off the flying demons from us while we hopefully kill those. Smile.
Okay. Let me look at this real quick. They give you a nod, and Kremen, now having to wield this knight of extinction swords, elegant, massive broadsword that is he's able to wield in one hand, commands the kind of like points to the sky, collecting the attention of the Stormbirds, and continue and tells them to continue their commands them to continue their assault on the Varghouls, and you watch the Varghouls hurt and begin to and rapidly approach and then begin to swarm the Stormbirds. The Stormbirds are immediately overwhelmed. You can see that there's this lightning aura that emits from the Stormbirds as Varghouls begin to not to like to a big light. Just begin to rotate around them as they continue their attacks, but they will seem to continue to be vicious towards the constructs. Meanwhile, Corellin then commands the rest of the Sentinel and launch it, and you all begin to make your way towards the mountain. You eventually were able to make it to the ledge, making it relatively higher compared to the rest of the mountain. You are about 3 levels away from the top, so it's about another it's about another 200 feet. You all cling to there are different ledges that you are able to like walk along, and you all are clinging to the side of the wall. Roland and Andrew struggling a bit with their massive stature, but you're able to cling to a less collected ledge. As you all make it to the ledge, you hear thunder rip through the air again, and the thunderous roar becomes a maniacal laugh. As lightning strikes you down to the ground, as you hear lightning strikes Ellen, immediately makes his hands, which rampling attack the Corellin, and the two of them begin down the mountain. You then watch as and Andrew both look down immediately and begin to launch their attacks on begin to follow them. But then you hear this familiar omnipresent around you. Familiar, yet not so much, as you've only really heard it once before. As operating in a image of green chronic flames is the animated thrall of Persephone that immediately operates and launches hovering in the air, hovering in the air just a ways from the mountain, and launches spells at airplane. She launches edges out of the way and begins to pursue Persephone. And Angrod is pulled like a bow to look around to begin an attack, to try to attack everyone. But an arrow sticks into her own shoulder. This arrow courses with black mist, and and this arrow seems to have came from somewhere new. But Angry, you watch immediately dissipates into black dust and disappears. And now you are completely alone on the team.
Not the best outcome. Do I think Corello can stand on his own for a bit?
Doing it.
Okay.
Dimitri, do you have the hat still?
The hat? Oh, I'm out of town. I don't have it tonight.
Wow, you're right. How could you do this to us?
The hat of mystical bonding, yeah.
How could you do this?
It just has a use of only on the wearer.
There's the dogs again.
I
So,
am going to
does,
provide a visual real quick for you.
Does
So-
Atlas have the same points of like weakness that the Heranongaris had?
Like
Statistically unlikely.
like a G,
Like weak points, you know, things that like keep it together basically. And if you
you aren't sure. At the moment, it just looks like this is Atlas is a massive Earth elemental. But from what you can tell, you're not sure if he actually is taking any damage from any barrages of, frankly, anything around you. I will ask for an Arcana check, actually. So I'm trying to load my own. Okay. So in a 12, you watch as certain spell effects and fire almost misfire and collide with Atlas, as he's not the original target of these attacks. And there's this magical orb, this almost shield-like or duration magic that kind of appears for a small second before dissipating, invisible unless provoked, with each attack. This encasing around Atlas. I'm trying so very hard to get this.
This is such a dumb question that means absolutely nothing. Does Atlas count as a creature?
Why?
Just a question.
It means nothing, Iris. Don't worry about it.
Does Atlas count as a creature? Look, like
You really shouldn't.
I have something that would be funny. I don't think it would do much, and I also don't think it'll ever work.
He does have
But-
immutable. I will say, he does have immutable form.
I don't know what that means.
He can't be targeted with a polymorph for any of your shit.
Oh, it's not a polymorph. No,
Okay.
no. Does it count as a
I-
creature?
I will say yes. He does count as a creature.
Okay.
And
So if I
technically,
use
I'm
Boreal
using-
Sweep,
technically, I'm using a vehicle speed block.
okay, but he counts as a creature.
I'm gonna say no. He
Damn.
does not
Okay.
count as a creature.
You should have just gone for it.
There was no way that this was ever gonna work. He'd have to crit fail and then do it like 3 times because I assume he has resistances. But Boreal Sweep.
See, they're run prone.
Yeah. I was more like what it would affect everything going on in there.
I've got an idea. I cast Grease.
What does the country have to do with this?
Like flies out like 20 feet into the air.
Sounds like collateral damage.
Like I'm just thinking everyone in there gonna take a ton of fallen damage.
Okay, so look
Don't
here,
they all
I
have
just
something,
placed your
yeah.
character on the map. You are like in the front. You should all be able to see at least where you are at the moment.
I also see
Ah,
two other
yes.
name tags suspiciously
I
in
don't
the
know
darkness.
what you're fucking talking. Son.
Ah, ah,
Yeah.
Kind of irrelevant, I think.
ah.
Quite relevant, actually, now that I think about it. Yes.
I don't see your point.
Okay,
Thanks,
so
Emmett.
on my way up, I didn't see any like magic circles or things of that nature on Atlas. I mean, there has to be an off button somewhere, right?
You can imagine with this sort of arcane ward, there has to be something. There has to be something, some sort of circle or some sort of magical artifact or dais that you would be something akin to what the Hecatophilus had. Maybe not so much one that would like hopefully this fucking owns the fall off, but maybe one that would allow you to remove this arcane ward around him.
He's actually super brittle. They just have a magically enchanted aura.
Yeah, it's
He's got, like,
actually
10
made
hit
out of like
points.
loose gravel. Yes.
He's got like 10 hit points, but immune to
It's
everything.
It's like falling gravel. It's like gravel. The second that you like in the dais, it just falls.
It's like when you Sandman wet, you know?
No, I was thinking about like ignoring the fight and like trying to find the off button, but if it's just like removing the barrier, then I think it's better to help someone. And I think I'll go after Persephone because fuck her, to be honest.
Hey,
Damn.
so you launch yourself towards Persephone. You launch yourself towards Persephone. You also say because of what's fly speed?
60 feet. No, 120 because I can take the dash action as a bonus action. Yeah.
Okay. And then you can dash action again because you're just double. So you have like 240 if you use both your
180.
action and bonus action.
Doesn't double every time. You just add another 60.
Oh, you just add
Yeah,
another
yeah,
60, so it's
180.
180. Okay. So you have 180 feet of movement. It would still take a decent amount of time. If not, like, not just to get straight to him, belaying it, but also to get to the elevation in which you want.
I have 300 feet of range on my attacks.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out how long it took you to actually get to where you are right now.
Oh, okay.
We'll say about 5 minutes.
God damn.
He's tall. He's very tall. Um, or I don't know.
Surely Corellon will not die in this time. Smile.
How much time has passed since the beginning of this, since Zeus shouted? Because we really gotta be paying attention to time.
Yeah, I have a fucking counter on my Google Doc.
Okay, if it took us 5 minutes to get
Okay.
like on top, then
So,
like maybe
so
a couple of seconds.
it would be 16 rounds for you to scale 9,000, for you to move 9,000 feet. Or no. Is it 300? No, we said there's a range. That was my bad. 5,000.
It would take twice as long.
I mean, yeah, let me too. Yeah.
27 minutes to get, so I'm gonna say it's about the
That's
range
grand.
of
It's like
a
3
little
minutes.
over it's a little over 2.5 minutes to get to where you are. To get to where you are. As you launch
But the
yourself.
fight just started though, right? I mean the fight between like Zeus and Corellon, right?
Sorry?
Like the fight between Zeus and Corellon just started though. It's not
That's
like it's been
yeah,
going on
so
for.
you,
Okay.
yeah. You guys spent 2.5 minutes getting to the side of the mountain, and then uh Zeus, Persephone, and this other figure dropped you guys. Okay, so towards you launch yourself towards Persephone. You launch your or Persephone and MG, or you trying to help Corellon?
I'm hoping that Corellon can hold for a bit so I can help the others, and then we all gank up on Zeus.
Okay. So Rory, you are on the defense. You are on the defense in the courtyard. Morgan and Junji, you all are in the castle preparing to defend Domos. Everyone, you are in Domos about 25-ish minutes away from summoning Kronos. Now, we are going to turn our attention to Arian.
Oh no.
Actually,
He's dead.
sorry. We're turning our attention to Akamaran.
Oh,
He's
lovely.
also dead.
See, you want to start with a cooler one.
I'm here for two.
The last thing you see is Deimos standing over top of you. The two of you Deimos, Phobos, and Aria have all been in this demi-plane. Fighting this battle between Deimos after immediately eviscerating your own father.
Yeah.
The last thing that happens as you're on the ground, having just been resuscitated with magic, you watch as Deimos slams his massive maul into Arya. Thunder rips through the air. And then he turns in your direction. And as he walks over, he shakes his head in disappointment as he says, "Such a disappointment." And brings his maul directly down on top of you. The last thing you attempt to do is activate the 2 grenades of sickening radiance. In this last moments, you can't even like see at this point. Your vision is darkened. You're practically unconscious, and this is almost this like physical hole in your body. It's this last way to trigger the sickening radiance effects. And as you can begin to feel your own heartbeat slowly beat omnipresent in your around you, you you activate the sickening radiance grenades, and your heartbeat stops as your eyes open, finding yourself in the demiplane, the same demiplane that you've been fighting Deimos in. Only all coloration is gone. This black and white space around you. And you watch as the discolored effects of sickening radiance emanate around you. You watch as Deimos recoils from the amount of damage. Grabs at the same time grabs the 2 of you and shunts himself out of the demiplane. The sickening radiance billowing in the space of the demiplane. And then your vision cuts to outside the demiplane. And you find yourself in a massive room. A room you don't recognize. The floor is somewhat grated, as you can see that there is lava underneath the floor. Ash and soot billow through the air above. Surrounding you, all around you, are demons. Demons you're not familiar with. But there are some figures you recognize. You see Enteros again. You see your father, Ares.
Grandfather.
Your grandfather, Ares. Shut up.
I gotta be clear, my dad is dead.
The dad.
Your
His
This is
dad
established.
is dust.
grandfather, Ares. Different individuals you don't necessarily recognize. But one that seems to but the only one that seems to register your presence stands closest in front of you. A figure. Dark black robes. A large sagging hood draped over his head. And then you come to realize you do recognize this as Vecna's opponent.
What the fuck?
Welcome back. Again.
fuck is going on?
The same as has happened before again and again. You have passed on. Temporarily.
Do the demons recognize, like, notice? Is Kalimdor correct?
Hellenborg, yes.
Do the demons see him in the room, or is this a private conversation?
This seems to be a
Okay.
private conversation. You seem to just be looking on at the rest of the world moving on. You can even look down at, you can even look like your Uncle Deimos. You in hand alongside Arya. In the other. Both unconscious bodies, but you know that you are beyond unconscious.
Okay. Cool. Just had to make sure Kalimdor wasn't working with demons. That would have been
Yeah.
really awful.
It would be crazy.
Is that temporary?
All of your deaths have seemed to be temporary. I wouldn't be surprised if this one was temporary as well.
I think they've got me dead to rights on this one.
We shall see.
I don't know. I don't know if it was worth it, but it certainly was fun.
You've lost so much hope already. Do you not wish to continue on?
I'd love to. I really would. But you said I lost hope. That implies at one point I had it. I don't know what you do on a day-to-day. I don't know if this is your normal. But if you can see the world, I think you understand there isn't much of that hope going around. If I can come back, I'm gonna fight until the fight's done, or I'm done fighting. If this is it, I don't think I have much control over it. I did what I could, and I'll be proud of that. But I'm not done if I don't have to be.
I understand your discontent and your melancholy. I understand that this situation doesn't seem the brightest at the moment. Allow me the opportunity for some vague advice. Because I know you are going back. Let it come to pass. Shall we watch?
Okay.
And the two of you spectate following scene. Oh
Oh God.
I'm here. It'll be a clusterfuck. Oh.
The last thing
Yeah,
I
go on.
remember is sitting getting beaten over the head by your Uncle Deimos. After a
That
long
wasn't fun.
battle against fear. The spell.
Really petty, by the way.
Oh no, the child of fear trembles in the wake of single spell.
Single
Wasn't as I dump stat, okay? You're made to follow orders.
It's a powerful spell.
It's a very powerful spell.
Taking a
I am
melee
smart.
class
I
or
don't have a
melee.
will of my own.
Real fucked up that the mind blank spell doesn't protect against fear, by the way.
Yeah, I mean,
That
Wait,
sucks.
yeah,
hold
yeah,
on.
I'm a
It
smart
might
person.
specifically
I
do
don't have
that.
free will.
No,
It
no,
doesn't. I just read the spell when I remembered it earlier today. It wouldn't have saved you.
You
Yeah,
Sure.
it's not gonna save.
find yourself
Yeah.
awake.
Harm condition.
You find yourself awake, surrounded in a a similar scene to what I had described to Akamemnon, but where the room was devoid of color to Akamero. Let me- Okay, I'm just gonna give.
I assume it's not devoid
It's not devoid of
of such
color.
color. Cool. Ah, yes.
You find yourself about here, brought back
I
to
assume I'm not in a spirit world. I'm
no.
awake.
You are very awake.
Oh no.
You are awoken with
Yeah.
a start, already up, and awake, already up and standing.
Ugh. Real dick
You
move,
stumble
Demos.
as you wake up, as you are brought to consciousness. But then look
Yeah.
on at the scene in front of you.
Yeah.
Surrounding you in this massive cave, almost. It looks like a cave, but it's this circular room. The section you are in billows with ash and boils your blood with the boiling lava that simmers just below the surface of the floor. A statue
Great.
crumbled and fallen behind in the center. But you can barely see this statue as towering in front of you
Oh, great. It's Granddad.
is your uncles, Deimos, Antaros, and Eris. Surrounding you all
The chip?
is a hordes of demons that you don't recognize. These demons that seem to simmer with fire. These sluggish these sluggish demons that hold on. What's it?
Got an image, I assume. Great. I just like the same character. Real dick move, Dennis. Real dick move.
Surrounding you are these sluggish and lingering macabre demons, and you are surrounded by some interesting individuals.
Huh. I wonder
Yeah.
why these people are joining the call.
Oh, interesting.
Antimus,
This
and then Brixton. I would like you to describe the appearance of Amos. And Alex, I'd like you to describe the appearance of Epimetheus.
Oh no.
Whoever wants to go first.
Axon?
Currently opening roll 20. Or reopening the game. Reopening the game, to be clear. I'm already here. I just need to relook at my image.
I will give it easy. I will make it easier for
Why
everyone
do
to see this
Why do we
figure.
need a cherub baby here? Frick. I hope
Yeah.
that guy's not related to
Oh
me.
my
Why
gosh.
do you have that? Why is
Those
that here?
You know, I
Alex,
actually
me.
looked like that as a baby.
You know,
That's what Alex is playing.
I think you should have just cut your losses with that one. I don't think this one was meant to be born into this world. I'm not gonna lie.
That's me. I'm Akamaro's uncle.
Yeah, you're mine as well. Not a pretty sight. Ugh. I don't know if anyone's told you you've been dropped
Oh,
as a
God.
baby, but
Oh, I've
it
dropped
seems
myself quite a lot.
That's why he grew wings.
yeah,
Oh my god, that's actually him.
yeah, it's evolution.
I thought that was a joke.
Oh,
Would you like to get
The oldest of the bunch.
oh yeah, it definitely hurts my stomach.
Fucking thank God I'm aromantic, so I never have to meet this motherfucker.
I've seen sleep
Same.
It
paralysis.
doesn't matter
either.
what type of romantic you are, this is just gross to look at.
Don't worry, you're gonna find your match very soon.
Oh,
Oh
Hate
god, I hate this.
I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I'm going to describe your character physicality wise.
I mean, small
did
little
it.
demon Cupid is pretty much the only description you can have for this man.
I would say awful is a good descriptor.
Just
awful.
awful. Just awful.
It's awful. What it is awful.
An affront to God.
Not meant not to be born in this world. Just not meant to be a mistake, even.
Yes, if I wanted to add some flavor, he'd have a bunch of like little, like almost intentionally cutesy like heart trident or heart spears just floating around him.
Bro, you're actually fucking Cupid?
Yes,
I am. Instead of spreading love, he spreads hate.
I am literally the size of a toddler, mind you.
Yeah, no, I can tell.
He's an anxiety and the personification of passion and sex.
I don't.
Jesus
More like
Christ.
STDs. What are you talking about?
And does
There
he
is no
look-
passion? Just filth.
Yes. Okay.
I
Don't
pray
worry,
to God
I'm
Psyche
also
doesn't exist. I
I'm
pray to
also
God Psyche
permanently a
doesn't exist.
child.
Child. And then beautiful. And then Alex, would you like to describe the appearance of Epimetheus?
This is more on par.
Now this is a good-looking Cerdonian right here.
Yeah, this works with
Yes.
all. Like, we had an outlier, and that's fine. Now we're back to the hot demons.
Yes, I'm the one ugly person happens to be a baby. And now we have
Hey.
back to your usual hot guy.
Hey, why are you looking at my little brother like that?
Oh,
Oh, his voice sucks though. Oh no.
Alex, please do
He
the
looks
same
terrible.
voice. Alex, please do the same
Okay,
voice.
okay.
I'm trying not to be too Brooklyn. Just go gruff. But if I go gruff, I always do Brooklyn.
That works.
Like 3,000 years.
Yes.
My
What else are you
God.
gonna do, I suppose?
Okay.
Ain't like it's gonna kill you.
Yeah. If anything rejuvenates. Ugh.
Anyways, Steve has any contributing descriptors for Epimetheus's design.
Epimetheus is he's a fucking Greek god. He's so hot. but
hot.
but looking at him, you're like, he's kind of stupid. You look at him, he doesn't look like a smart guy, right?
Big himbo energy.
Yes, big himbo energy. A rather like he's kind of older looking, but he's got more of a boyish demeanor about him. Just in the way he stands. If you look at him closely, kind of reminiscent of Prometheus, but kind of younger and stupider looking. Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. Love it.
Lovely.
But he's hot, so.
But he's hot, so it's okay.
This is happening. Anyway, so Arya. So yes, you have revived Arya with a bleeding guide to some meds.
Hey, real quick, it would make me so happy. Can Deimos roll one con save?
I have to pull out the 2024 sheet. How dare?
Just in case.
It's not like functionally it doesn't matter, but it makes me so happy if he has a level of exhaustion throughout this entire cutscene.
No.
That'd be funny.
I know
He
I'm
would-
supposed to be for this side, but that would be pretty funny.
I have to. Oh. My
I'm
internet.
so sorry, this is derailing.
My internet is so doo-doo water with everything going on this laptop that I can't even load my. Okay, there we go.
Hey, while you're at that, can you open up 3 other tabs?
No. I'm streaming. We have this my webcam active.
I also launched Crisis at the highest settings.
Please.
Yeah, I'm sure one more tab will do it.
I'll be honest, your mic was
Yeah, he makes it sound-
incomprehensible on the stream for 90% of this. I was just
Oh,
hoping that
God.
Alex could hear you and not me,
Oh,
and just
no.
follow his lead.
Oh God. Okay.
It's not your.
The stream is
Just all of
stream
this.
is-
No, it's muffled. It's all right.
Oh God. Okay.
It's
I'll
just
have to worry.
muffled.
I'll have to worry about that fucking later. Okay.
It's just lag and all that.
So Epimetheus, you revivify Arya and kind of join the rest of of everybody in this join the rest of the group of demons around you. Arya, you stand before your grandfather Ares, your uncles, your remaining uncles, and there's some guy.
He's a hot guy, though. He's hot.
Some guy.
Also,
Don't worry, he's hot.
I'm Googling my,
I was a
I'm
little
Googling my
worried.
little brother over
Then
there.
I saw him, and we're all good.
I didn't stab you with the love tridents yet.
It's
Oh my
real bad.
God.
Arya, you look on at Ares as he is almost like hunched down, crouched to trying to meet your eye level, but is still very tall and and you still have to crane your neck to look up at him. As he looks down at you, he says, "A pleasant display. A swift end to follows. You are one of my own kin. I commend your efforts. But it seems the talent went solely to our Chimera.
Well, we all can't. Not all of us have the magical prowess to just instantly vaporize someone in one swift go. Some of us are better with weapons at the end of the day.
And as you're like looking at Ares, you can also see that Deimos is standing beside him. The corpse of Akamero is being held in his hand, but not so much like held. He's just dragging it. He's just like his arm is lax. It's just his Akamero's body is kind of just almost like an item that he's just dragging along behind him. As Ares looks to you, he says, "You still bear my rage. Still strike my father's fear. Why do you fight for the celestials of the old world. We have left them behind. Any response? It was Anthony.
Oh no,
Anthony,
he's dead.
no.
Anthony, hello. Can't tell if he's just
That's fine. I
contemplating
want to
his
hear
answer.
more from Eros and Amphimetheus anyway.
Glass of water.
You guys continue your interaction.
Audio. Let's see. Is it
Oh, there you
working?
go.
It's working now, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you
Yeah.
now.
I'm so
Good.
glad that every time we try to
Yeah.
have a cool moment,
Sorry.
it's immediately
Yeah.
ruined by someone.
Audio. Yeah. 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 It can't be helped. Colorado mountain internet.
Okay.
It sucks.
What else did
Anyways.
you did you hear anything?
Yes. I did. I heard everything. What's the point? I fought for a lie. You surrendered yourselves to a lie. When a war is fought, I want my blood to be spilt. In truth, not willing for a lie. The wars I fought in were nothing more than plays.
We're talking about Ilios and Ionis.
Right here and now, it's the only honest war I've been a part of. So, I suppose I'm mildly entertained. Regardless.
Oblivion has given us an opportunity that was lost by the overgods. The overgods have abandoned us. The Avandorians are obsolete. We have evolved. And you decide to degrade yourself.
I don't want to call it much of degrading. It gets the job done. If anything, I'd rather be a vampire again than be considered some demon. Especially to a liar. What do you want? You clearly want something.
You're right.
You want to have this talk, if that was the case.
Regardless of my objections to your Arvandorian form, you possess a capability that I desperately require. So I'm willing to offer a deal. In the midst of this combat, a life for life. Deimos then begins to lift up Akamero ever so slightly. Akamero is dead.
No shit.
Killed by his own arcane. That's a little bit of a little murmured chuckle from the Makai. As he says, and you now possess the opportunity to bring him back. I will do so. He will be turned into a thrall or a warlock if he is so easily swayed. But
swayed the moment.
But I will revive him to his Arvandorian state and let you walk out of this mountain. If you recall the vestige and deliver someone to me.
So you want a soul from the vestige? There's many souls I've claimed with it. I assume you
Indeed.
have someone specific in mind.
You are going to recall Haran to this material plane, or you will die to your own brother. Shut the fuck up, Dimitri. I'm turning off your webcam.
You know, I would love to brawl him, but I'm not in the current state to. And my other options seem to be lacking. Although you did say if I do this, I gotta walk out of here. I don't mind that, though
I will
that
allow
doesn't
you
make
to
me a
return.
coward.
I will allow you to return to your friends down on the surface to perhaps hit a second fight, a more valiant fight against Atlas and the horrors of this mountain. And all I need is
That would actually be a fight worth. That'd definitely be worth fighting for. I'm not gonna lie.
then call the vestige.
She's gonna outreach with her right hand and recall it.
Okay. The vestige dissipates from the armament of whoever took Arya's weapon, took Arya's vestige, and appears in
I would
her
definitely
hand.
would have taken Akamero's because that was mine.
Specifically remember which one is yours.
We
Yeah,
put name tags on them.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
fucking wrote it, my name on it in Sharpie.
No, Sharpie.
My name was inscribed on there when I attuned to it.
Okay.
And besides, my ring had thorns.
I like to
Attunement can do
imagine there's
many
like this.
wonders
I
to
like
an
to
item.
imagine that Arya's vestige has this like crimson aura that's constantly emitting around the weapon in whatever form it has.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I mean, when I wear it as a ring, it looks kind of like a crown of thorns, essentially. So
you recall the vestige.
I missed you.
Do as he says, granddaughter. And you hear this voice behind you. And similarly, towering as Ares is, you see your grandmother, Aphrodite. Tall and elegant woman, though adorned in tattered rags of of what remains of a toga. A mask concealing her face. But the mask, you know, naturally gives off the appearance to the beholder. It naturally gives off the appearance of the person you deem the most beautiful that you have seen before.
Well, the most beautiful person I've seen before is unfortunately the guy standing right to the left of me.
I'm so hot.
Oh my god.
Better than Dionysus. Like 11 out of 10.
That's
11 out
also
of
your
10 looks.
uncle.
What are you talking about?
And
This
that's
guy actually
canon.
hits the
And
mark
that's
for me.
and that's
I hate
that's
to
something
say
that's
it.
true. That's something
That's
that's
Greek.
true. It is
That's
beautiful.
Greek, alright.
Beautiful face doesn't work with your body. I hate to see it. I can't help but snicker a tiny bit. It's nothing. Oh. Hey, this is the hottest person that has come to pass so far. I hate to say it. In my opinion, yeah, there's been a lot of hot people, but this one takes the cake, okay? 11 out of 10. Dionysus, ugh. Freaking he sucked. Was not that hot. I hate to say it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay,
We'll tell you
Jeffrey,
when you're older, young Magma Landshark.
We'll tell you.
Jeffrey's watching from the heavens. He knows what I'm talking about. It's completely fine. The Thunderjaw questions his sanity. It's fine. Continue. I'm bringing her back. I'm looking at my hammer, and I'm just gonna smash it into the ground to make it a little more theatrical.
Right.
Summon her up that way.
Sync. I'm gonna need a wisdom check from you.
Oh
as you're
boy.
doing this. With advantage.
A check or a save?
I believe the last time we've used entering the vestige has been a wisdom check.
Okay.
With advantage.
Yep, it's advantage. Hey, not bad.
Yeah,
That's better than some of the numbers I rolled last week.
You stand down at the hammer and sink into the vestige. Your to the material plane, your eyes become filled with this gold aura that fills that as you just stare blankly down at the hammer. Ares then looks to Epimetheus and nods down to Akamero.
Epimetheus walks over. You know, it was always Prometheus who helped the humans. I cast Revivify.
Yeah. Akamero, you are brought back to 1 hit point, having been sucked away from the spectating seat that you have been sitting at with Talonborn. With 1 hit point.
Arya, what have you done?
Arya, you look, and Arya is still blankly staring into the hammer. Deimos.
Am I restrained in any way?
You are restrained. Your hands are bound behind you, and Deimos is holding you at an elevation in which your legs are almost still like on your knees, basically.
I can't do any spells, can I, during this time?
You are currently in the vestige, going to bring back Hera. But Ankamero, you hear Deimos whisper down to you. Any sort of magic will be countered. Any sort of cries of escape will be nullified. And I will smite you down. Keep that in mind.
I like. Come on. Oh, will be countered. He has magic items for that.
I don't think I can.
Will there never be a
right
serious
now.
moment?
I considered it.
No, I don't know. I can never have one.
I mean, I say that, but I am going to ruin any serious moments the second I'm allowed to speak.
I mean, look at him.
Oh no, don't let the baby speak.
Did you want that to happen? Is that something you really wanted?
I'll do it next time.
I love the serious moments almost as much as I love destroying them.
when I signed up for, I put in comments and I this.
They're doing a good job.
Epimetheus, I'm
the
assuming
one
you're
up
gonna
with
go back to like your original standing position, where you were waiting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you
would you like
wait
to have that
and watch as.
isn't
Sorry.
no go ahead. Sorry, I was talking about you.
So you all sit and watch as eventually Arya's eyes dissipate of the golden coloration they've had, and her eyes restore. The vestige
Still
begins
not
to glow celestial gold as the hammer cracked on the ground. Light almost pools from it like viscous liquid all across the floor before rising, taking on a massive humanoid form, long long outstretched arms, a plumage of cloud of hands that form a vast array of peacock, almost similar to peacock feathers, behind this figure. The radiant Arvandorian form of Henry is summons just behind Arya, in between Arya and where Aphrodite is, as she backpedals to give way for Aphrodite, to give way for Hera.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Ares stands. Mother, welcome home. Aphrodite is from behind Hera, looks on with joy as well. The two of them basking in the moment of the restored Hera. But then a look of confusion crosses her face. She looks down, lower down to Hera, almost looking at almost her shoulder level. You. And with that, Hera then turns to Aphrodite, removing her gaze from Ares and looking to Aphrodite with a stern expression. And she misty steps towards Aphrodite, and they teleport away.
What?
Hera,
I'm sure
now
that's fine.
gone, removes the visual block as now Ares, Ankhamero, all of you now see standing, having stood just behind Hera as well.
I'm gonna
The
crack a bit of a
radiant,
smile.
the radiant form of Athena stares daggers into Ares.
Ah,
As she
fuck.
Let's fucking
Oh,
go.
fuck yeah.
launches herself towards Ares, Ares
Message
aghast,
to brother.
and is finally able to reach behind him for his shots before Athena
Brace yourself.
teleports away. Deimos, Atreus, and Epimetheus, you all are in extreme and what the fuck just happened. Before, I think I wasn't actually properly introduced because it's just a better version of the Makai surrounding you. And this, the leader of the Makai, just screams, which is his natural voice.
Oh, that's his natural voice.
That's
If we have a
not-
conversation with him, that's gonna be.
And you all and the Makai all launch themselves at you. And that is where we're going to end the session for tonight.
I
Hey,
did
Eros, can you have a conversation with a?
I did wanted to say with the message was just to Akamera to brace yourself, essentially. As soon as hair up here, it's like
So yeah,
brace yourself. I had a plan.
I
Yeah,
never got this
during the
message.
shock. During the shock, once Akamera woke up, and once I summoned all of them, because they're all shocked. They probably didn't really gauge it, and even if they did, it's a message, it's an insignificant spell. To Akamera, be like, brace yourself.
Okay.
Athena was
So
in
I'm
there the
realizing-
whole time.
Yep.
I'm realizing that I kind of misinterpreted what was happening here. To clarify,
Yeah, you may be smarter than
So
me,
Athena was
but
pulled
I'm
out of the message.
clarify. It used to be now.
Yes, this happened.
When I was unconscious, I had a session with Anthony, which I recorded and I can post the
Who
and I will post
kidnapped
the
me?
clip. An interaction he had is Athena contacted him through his vestige to little plan in mind. And
Okay, with the plan, yeah, we strategized.
which involved Athena knowing full well what Eros' plan was, and having spent the last 3 weeks, which explained to Maria, is the last. It's explained to Maria that the time in the vestige is. So she spent months nursing Maria to finally to betray the rest of the Olympians.
It worked.
Oh shit!
And
He was
now,
in a hyperbolic gas
and
light
then
chamber.
when Ares got back, because Athena knew full well what Ares' plan was, she was supposed to be led on then to let him. That's what Killinger was also talking about, was let it come to pass.
Yeah, let it come to pass.
Let it come to pass.
Yeah,
Athena
I
would-
wanted to tell you, but you were kind of dead on the ground, so.
Yeah, he's like, she was like, yeah, I have no way of actually telling Akamero this plan.
Yeah, I wanted to so that I
Yeah.
was like, man, I got kidnapped in my own vestige for this shit. But hey, at least I get to die on the battlefield, so you know, our deaths won't be in vain quite yet. But also, we need to run as fast as possible.
Oh yeah.
I have a
yeah.
plan to get out of here. We just need to get out of here.
So
But there's a few things we need.
we're taking this session
I-
to properly figure out what everyone actually wants to do. So let's have an example give you just do something. So now we can actually properly
Wow.
do this. Because now I know attacking just
We're attacking just outside.
Fighting
I can't fly anymore.
fighting
I got feather fall.
with alongside Eltree. Ori and Akamero are going to be fighting, or at the very least, attempting to flee it.
The phrase of choice is getting the fuck out.
Yeah. And then
Fucking off rapid style.
I'll definitely have some
Oh,
sort
you're
of city
gonna-
defense planned for Dimitri, Daisy, and Cherry, and then also.
Oh, yeah.
Brenham.
Since we had 20 minutes, I would have also cast fucking tiny hut around myself as a ritual while that was happening.
Ritual.
So I'm just in
Ain't
like
nothing
two
getting in.
concentric.
Ain't
I'm
Tiny
fucking
Hut,
nothing.
Magic
two
Circle,
fucking
Domus,
two
Castles.
the 25 minutes like that was taken up while that has been cut off from the fucking.
No, it was 5 minutes.
There's like 25 minutes left.
Yeah.
Okay.
5 minutes
But
of fun.
It's been.
that's still
It's a minute, isn't it?
15 minutes because the casting time's an hour, or is it? Fucking hold on, let me look at True Resurrection
Time
again.
is 1 minute for Tiny Hut.
Yeah.
So you
Hold
have
on.
to really cast Tiny Hut.
Hold on. Fucking yeah, True Resurrection casting time is 1 hour. So if I have 25 minutes left on that, then that would have taken fucking what? Fucking a lot of minutes.
I think at the end of that, or
Yeah,
maybe.
So you are casting. You are casting this for an hour. The back, everything like this shows up at the 30-minute.
Okay.
And so you have
So it's
there's
been
another
5
30 minutes
minutes.
left of this. So you have to survive this combat for 30 minutes left of this of the casting of this spell until you can summon proofs. 5 minutes have already gone by during the session.
So
5
25
minutes,
minutes
I
to
should
go.
clarify.
I think it
Yeah,
should be
so
10, but you know.
5 more minutes to go. Yeah, you know, it's fine. You're casting inside the castle. It's fine. You have cover. You have able bodies to
You have
sacrifice for
4
you.
levels of protection.
I drew the
Yeah,
diagram.
you know, I mean, it's gonna suck when the roof comes down on you, but you know, it was all for the greater good. You know.
Domus can take it.
I'm sure Domus
No,
can.
the fuck
I'm
you
not sure
can't.
about the house.
Leave Domus alone.
I'm not sure about the, soon-to-be tavern. I guess the construction process is gonna have to be a complete remodel from the foundation down. So.
Fucking all right. In that case, so I'm not gonna fucking ritual cast Tiny Hut, but I am going to do the one time I've ever fucking found a chance to use this feature of fucking Scribe's Wizard. I can cast a spell as a ritual without increasing its fucking time to cast. So it just takes a minute.
That's pretty good.
So
Man,
which one
I
is it?
kind of
Which
want
one
to
are you
kill
ritual casting?
empathy.
Tiny Hut. So I am now in 2 concentric circles of fucking Magic Circle and Tiny Hut. Yes, you can.
Huh. You know,
We have a very important decision to make now, and that's whether or not we try to redeem Pay4 or if we just like constantly bully him.
I kind of want to redeem Empathemus. He'd
Just
be kind of
fucking
fun
leave.
to have around.
Oh.
You're joining this
It
campaign
sounds like
whether you
you're
want
just-
it or not.
Do you think
It sounds like you're
Eros
just
would,
looking for a new husband.
do you think Eros would turn into like a normal baby if he got undemoned?
I think he just died.
I think I would want him dead. I'm not gonna lie, there is no redeeming that. That thing needs to go. It should have been
Wait,
gone
do these
sooner.
do these 2 demons have secondary?
What? Secondary what?
Like how
Forms?
all the demons they have their undead forms.
I think that's just glamours that the council puts up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so you guys don't have those?
It's
Is this not a
it's-
glamorified
it's-
Eros?
I think
Is this
the
not a
he's
loot
not using the
Eros?
glamour. Empathemus, 50-50. I mean, some
Well,
people have
obviously
a
that's
very
all
handsome
real,
complexion.
but he's so
Oh,
hot.
so he's just hot as a demon.
Okay.
Wow.
Really, just hanging
the
out.
whole time.
And if that, if
What are you
fucking,
doing, Empathemus? What you doing here? Me?
Because it wasn't really necessary. I can make this with Atlas, and it's entirely because he's entirely famous.
Damn.
I never make the
fucking
same
nepo.
mistake twice.
I gotta ask one thing and say one thing. What
I don't
would-
know how to spell his damn name. Crap.
What would I have been doing this entire war up until now?
Would have been so Atlas was contributing to this war, but he was solely in 80s. Probably behind the scenes doing political coercion just because of your like manipulation.
Yeah. Okay. That being
So
said,
you're a corrupt like Boston lobbyist.
kinda.
Fucking CEO of BlackRock.
I'm gonna be honest. Eros definitely refuses to put up a glamour, and that's just what he looks like.
Yeah, this lucky hot demon.
He's put on a glamour one time, and that's because Ares. Yeah, that's just because his dad.
And that was the plot of Boss Baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ares decided that he wanted one of his sons to make a movie, and yeah.
Boss Baby is canon.
Weird question. Eros. There's no way he has 100 HP, right? That's a baby. There's no way he has more than 25 HP. I refuse to believe that
doesn't
thing
have
has
100.
200 HP.
He doesn't have 100 HP. He's got 300 HP.
Oh my god.
Bro,
Why
that's a
would a baby
baby
have
for
300
time
HP?
for
That's a
sure.
tough baby.
That is a very tough baby. No wonder he survived so many head
Very
falls.
dense, baby.
Yeah. You guys have been
That
talking
baby,
about
that baby is
like-
all muscle.
Yeah,
you guys have been talking about my
very
little brother
dense,
being
baby.
like
I
he's
don't
some
think that baby's
freaky
all muscle.
god.
That looks more fat to me. Do you see how many rolls are on that nasty little thing? Oh my god. I just
Insulting
don't like
me.
looking at it. It just makes me want to like smash like a melon. It's really gross.
Completely honest. I think everyone, the only people that are only going to be on Atlas are Epimera and Loki. I genuinely don't think I'm going to actually be able to bring Ella in.
I can be
No.
on Atlas. It don't matter to me. I can do it.
It's like Atlas in a specific room, and I'm it's like I don't even specifically, but some of these people have very specific rules, and I just never was able to use them.
They're just sitting in a fucking broom closet, waiting for you to open the door and be like, "Oh no!"
They're on one of the floors of they're in one of these Atlas rooms. I don't think it's ever gonna actually be traversed.
Yeah, there's some things we need here.
Okay, what
There's
if
some
what if I say I dimension door in a random direction, and that direction happens to be wherever this is?
Roll a d4, I guess.
I'll wake him up right now.
Dimension doors falls off Atlas.
It's like
I can be on Atlas. I was just thinking my thing could be knocking everyone down over because then they can't get closer to the place.
Daisy, how did you find a
That is cursed.
They have to use half their movement speed every round.
You know, I could have also gone the whole day without seeing this as well. What the hell?
No, that's great. That's good.
I mean, better than the demon baby, maybe? Question mark.
We need to do this
Stop
today.
insulting me.
I will insult the baby all I want. That thing needs to be smashed like a melon. Blow
You
its
guys
head.
keep saying
Blow its head
that
off.
Epiphanius
Blow its head smooth off.
Prometheus is just like,
That's
oh,
better.
he's
Yeah,
so
the
hot,
ash
he's
baby's
so hot.
better.
Meanwhile, the literal god of like lust and crap. Oh my gosh, burn it with fire. The
Not
death
my
baby.
fault. You're right.
So sorry, you're an ugly baby.
Lust and sex.
That one, yeah.
I think you're the aftermath of lust and sex. That is an STD.
Look, I'm taking full opportunity. I'm taking full opportunity of the fact that everyone's been bullying me for having all of the demons behind, and the fact that I found this image on Pinterest.
And I just so happen to pick the one ugly demon.
We have one outlier.
And one outlier.
God
I
bless.
just
It's
so
too
happen to
hot.
pick
You're gonna start thinking the hot people are
Literally an
We need-
HIV.
We need
Do we have an updated
hero?
harem?
No, I'm gonorrhea incarnate. Don't worry.
I haven't even made it here just yet.
A utopia
But
is a
I
dystopia.
haven't updated the theme. I was trying to add on to the map. What are these
Oh, are these
squares?
NPCs that we can look
Who's
at?
making
The
squares?
I
fucking
want to see these guys.
the layers
I
of
made a diagram
protection
of all the
around
protections.
Erud. I have another. It won't be passed yet though.
Oh, all the protection he has. That's a lot of protection.
Bad none of
Bad
it's
enough
getting
for
you.
Eros.
Also, since it's part of my like daily preparation, we would probably all have fucking telepathic bond up because I ritual
That
cast
I don't
that at
think
the
we
start of
can
every
because of
day.
the psychic stuff.
Well, it's not like we could turn our psychic stuff back on. We
Good
just came
point.
back from the void.
Keeping the mind blank.
Good
up is
point.
absolutely
Yeah, I forgot that cancels that.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably know I'm alive now thanks to, a
The
vestige
message
being
being
stripped from
yeeted away
someone.
from you.
Well, I don't know that. I'm in Domus in a tiny hut in a magic circle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that probably would have taken not like like everything that was to where we left this session is at the same time as where we left Luke and everything he was doing. So
To be
so
a
if you
salt.
really think like someone's going right behind these statues, and
Why am I now
one
missing a
them
vestige?
takes back this vestige this vestige.
Look here.
Well,
Like,
I'm pretty sure we said that Eric would take areas in case we couldn't use it.
No.
Uh, yes. Yeah.
No, we never said
No,
that.
it was specifically said that we might not be able to use it at all, like we might not have it, right? And then Rory said, or Dimitri said, well, in that case, because we
That-
didn't know who was going to use it anyway, right?
That was based off the defunct idea that we would not be able to attune the vestige mechanically, which was a debunked concept.
yes.
Yeah. And plus, Erud would have specifically gone for the one Akamero had because it was his.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I gotta
imagine,
get some sleep.
so imagine
It's
look here,
2 a.m.
you were like flying up and you're like, okay, let's do this. Where the fuck would my
Where to go?
Imagine it's probably like around the same time you get to the mountain where you watch Krillin and Rod and Audrey all be taken on by these demon lords, and you're like, well, at least I had these.
Where the heck to go?
You know, there's always time to fly back.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. You should definitely fly away. You don't want to be Icarus right now. You're flying a little too close to the sun, buddy.
We do not want to be Icarus.
I'm sorry, what you mumbling?
Nothing.
Interesting noises you just made.
It sounds like Icarus is gonna show up.
Yeah.
What do you mean? He
It's
showed
kind of
up
funny if Icarus
2
could
years
use
ago.
Sunbeam.
Anyways, so that is going to be the
I
end
go to bed.
of this session for tonight. You have to verify. I think everybody, at least, we went through it again. There's some spoilers. There's a possibility that the other groups are going to potentially have a crossover at some point. It might be. They are
It might be a
going to
while.
probably more than likely contribute to this combat.
How are we doing that?
Sending. I sending.
No, I mean, how are we
We
gonna
send-
put everyone in this big Discord call?
Yes, that's what
It's gonna be
we're
hell.
gonna do it. Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'll be sure to mute myself to minimize the collateral for my ear because ear rape is gonna be the biggest thing we're dealing with.
Everybody was able to I think we
Oh my
went over it.
gosh.
I think we went over it, and I think everybody was able to do Fridays. I might be
Did you
entirely. I
edit
might be
that
wrong.
meme
That's
in this
I-
conversation?
I love
Yeah.
this. Who did this?
Jokes on you.
Oh, round of applause.
It is playing
Yes.
Cigar Edition. It does
You
not
know,
help.
this would actually be a good thumbnail to use for this
Yes,
one.
yes.
Make that. Just remove and thing. Or, just remove
Hydrogen
anything.
bomb versus coffee
I
berry.
think when two people like do the shared profile picture thing, but like it's I'm like Alex and that's just
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh my God.
a good rest to you all.
Okay.
Good
Good night.
cut out.
Right.
Yep.
No.
Good morning and good
Good
night.
night.
Good morning and good night.
Yeah, if you just
Um,
cut out Anastasius and just put any main character in there, it would be pretty accurate to what's happening in the fight.
Fucking just put Athena or Hera in there.
I'm just gonna get atomized.
You are going to get Ash babied.
I can't wait to
It was
atomize the
really
baby.
fun
Gross
to
is
Joke's on
hear
you,
like
I'm
everyone
flying at-
cheering for Athena and then hear an oh fuck from the other side.
Joke's on you, I'm gonna
very
charm Athena.
satisfying. It was
Chilling
very
the whole
satisfying
time.
till for the ball to drop.
Good luck hitting me.
There's that video on hand that I could just be like, and we cut to
Anime flashback sequence.
Get a flashback arc. And you just play every scene.
They're just like this.
It was very good.
Nuts. I thought
I
you were
knew
genuinely
I
about
was
to
gonna have
undo our
fun.
biggest accomplishment, and I was like, what the fuck?
And it's like
no.
No,
You gotta
killed
make
the
your
bitch
choice.
once. We can do it again.
Like
where I had the like the what the fuck's going on is when you didn't ask what like if he was actually pulling Hera, because I was like,
Yeah.
well, somebody else do that instead.
it was like, wait, are we just okay with it? Is it just happening? No like clarifications.
That's yep, okay. Great.
Yeah.
That's
This is
cool. Is Hera gonna want her arm back?
Fucking she can
Also,
come
Thank you
take
very
it.
much.
It's so crazy that only in months Athena was able to bring Hera to the other side.
It's explained
I mean, it
That's
is
in the
crazy.
Athena.
video.
She is also
She
the
just-
goddess of wisdom.
She just put up a PowerPoint of every time Zeus is cheated.
Fair.
Oh my god. Just like over and over
If
again. Every time
anything would persuade her, that'd be it.
hey, look at the board.
Every time Hera tries to retort, she clicks next on the slideshow.
It's somehow more infuriating than the last.
I didn't even get halfway through it before she was convinced.
A swan? You
No,
think
he
you're
Swan's
worse
the
than a swan?
craziest.
Swans are
That'd be a hell
terrifying,
of a
though.
swan.
It's explained in the video, but basically, like Hera, here's the thing, like, she has it going on. Like,
Wow.
age, and she was similarly famous.
So you're telling me
I've been waiting the handmaidens because they do anything about like turning them into angels. Nice plan. So then the child Wigan shows up and is like, hey, I'll fix your husband. and you guys actually be
Oh my
gods and be treated like gods.
He's
and
gonna
not be
get
treated
neutered.
like
It'd be
gods.
so.
Chemically castrated Zeus.
And the barbarians despised the Olympians. The Olympians were barbarians, but like their names were tainted because Aphrodite was Homer. Olympians were Hestia and Athena and Hera and Hera and the Ten Living came to them after they all died and were basically like, hey, I'll fix your husband and you guys can actually be treated like gods. Zeus can actually have some actual fucking responsibility and not do that shit anymore.
You say I'll fix your husband. I know what you mean, but my brain immediately goes to he's just getting neutered.
He's chemically castrated.
It's the easiest way. It's the easiest way. It's the easiest way.
He's still castrated.
Like, obviously, this isn't what happened, but it'd be so funny if this whole time Zeus was a thrall.
I see you playing. Let me have the handmaidens as thralls and I'll join you. And he was like, and the third champ was like, that. And so everyone that Zeus is with now became her handmaidens, which you were from the beginning.
Yeah, we killed them all.
And you killed them.
We killed them
except for Persephone.
Persephone.
Well, no,
We'll get that done here.
It's just to Persephone. But she still needed Demeter, so she was like, damn. I'll take Persephone.
So,
Cronus
come back. Cronus.
The Olympians are warlocks.
Cronus comes back and goes, "Bring me my sickle."
So, now I have these dreams.
No.
No, I like to imagine that. I like to imagine the giant sickle is going to be used to castrate Zeus.
Zeus like, too late, bitch. Change my name.
As regenerate on him, regrows his balls, fucking cuts them off again.
What the hell?
It's like Prometheus.
Cursed to have an eagle eternally eat your balls.
That might be worse. That might be worse, guys. I'm not
Why
gonna
did
lie.
you phrase it like that? Why the hell did you phrase it?
Yeah, it's
like
got to go on the record.
Please put that in the quote now. Worst. Jesus, worst to have an eagle eat your balls.
Eternally eat your balls.
Eternally.
Eternally.
You could have used any word but eat, and it would have sounded so much less.
That's
That's
what
what eagles do.
That bird's always on there.
I get that. Yeah.
What would the Galapagos finch beak look like for that?
Awful. Hate it.
It's just the fucking.
It just looks like a straight up kitchen knife.
God damn it. Alright. I need to get to bed.
Good night.
Good night, people.
Don't dream about eagles eating your balls.
It's all I ever dream about.
Good lord.
Oh, that's what we're ending the stream.
Don't dream about it.
This entire bit.
Anyone that's listening, make sure you don't dream about eagles eating your balls.
said something for my stream, I'm gonna do mine. Saying,
You don't want to get monetized.
Just so we're all clear.
Yeah,
So
never
Don't do it. Don't think about it. Don't do it.
That's
Hey,
an adult only.
Hey,
game.
I'm just saying, if they can work the textile mills, they can work the castration factory.
And with that, so long, guys. Love y'all. Goodbye.
Love you. Bye.
Sleep tight. Don't let the
Guys.
Eagles